Worst aviation disaster, Jeju Air Flight 2216, 179 lives lost, interspersed with brief, respectful images of Jeju airplanes. Jeju Air Flight 2216, carrying 181 passengers and crew, was approaching its destination. The landing, a maneuver performed countless times by pilots every day, was expected to be uneventful. For the families and friends waiting at the airport, it was a moment of anticipation, a reunion soon to take place. But fate had other plans. As the aircraft touched down, something went terribly wrong. The plane veered off course, crashing into a concrete barrier with devastating force. The impact ignited a fire that engulfed the aircraft, leaving little chance for survival. The suddenness of the event, the sheer scale of the loss, has left communities reeling in disbelief. The scene was one of chaos and devastation. First responders arrived quickly, but the intensity of the fire and the extent of the damage made rescue efforts incredibly challenging. Firefighters battled the flames, while paramedics and other emergency personnel worked tirelessly to reach any survivors. Amidst the wreckage, they found two survivors, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Their stories, though harrowing, offer a glimmer of hope in the face of immense tragedy. But their survival is also a stark reminder of the lives that were lost, the families that were shattered, and the future that was stolen. The aftermath of the crash has been marked by a somber and painstaking process. Authorities are now tasked with the grim responsibility of identifying the victims, a process made incredibly difficult by the extensive damage caused by the crash and the subsequent fire. Forensic experts are working tirelessly, using every available tool and technique to identify each and every individual. This involves meticulous examination of remains, DNA analysis, and comparison with passenger manifests and personal belongings. It is a delicate and emotionally taxing process, one that requires both scientific expertise and profound empathy for the families of the deceased. The wait for news has been agonizing. The pain of losing a loved one is compounded by the uncertainty and the slow pace of the identification process. Emotions are raw, and frustration is mounting. Some family members have publicly expressed their anger, claiming that the authorities are not doing enough to expedite the process. They yearn for closure, for the ability to properly grieve and say goodbye. They want to know what happened to their loved ones, to have their remains returned to them, and to begin the long and difficult journey of healing. The authorities understand the family's pain and have pledged to do everything possible to speed up the identification process while maintaining accuracy and respect for the victims. They have emphasized the complexity of the task, explaining that each identification requires meticulous examination and cross-referencing. But for grieving families, these explanations offer little comfort. They simply want their loved ones back. They want answers. They want some sense of justice in the face of this senseless tragedy. While the families grapple with their grief, a team of expert investigators has begun the crucial task of determining the cause of the crash. The question on everyone's mind is, what went wrong? What series of events led to this catastrophic accident? Was it a mechanical failure, pilot error, an act of nature, or a combination of factors? These are the questions that investigators are now diligently working to answer. Their work is critical not only to understanding what happened but also to preventing similar tragedies in the future. The key to unlocking the mystery lies in the aircraft's black box recorders. These vital devices, designed to withstand extreme conditions, contain crucial information about the flight's final moments. The flight data recorder captures a wealth of technical data, including airspeed, altitude, engine performance, and control inputs. The cockpit voice recorder captures conversations between the pilots, providing insights into their actions and any communication issues that may have occurred. These recordings are like a time capsule, preserving the final moments of the flight and offering investigators a glimpse into what transpired in the cockpit. Experts are now meticulously analyzing the data from these recorders, hoping to reconstruct the sequence of events that led to the crash. They will also be examining the wreckage, piece by piece, looking for any clues that might shed light on the cause of the accident. This investigation is expected to be a long and complex process, involving specialists from various fields, including aviation engineering, meteorology, and human factors. Each piece of wreckage, each fragment of data, is a potential clue in the puzzle they are trying to solve. In addition to the technical investigation, investigators will also be looking into other factors that may have contributed to the crash, such as weather conditions, air traffic control procedures, and the maintenance history of the aircraft. They will also be interviewing witnesses and reviewing any relevant documentation. No stone will be left unturned in their quest to understand what happened. In addition to the technical investigation, investigators will also be looking into other factors that may have contributed to the crash, such as weather conditions, air traffic control procedures, and the maintenance history of the aircraft. They will also be interviewing witnesses and reviewing any relevant documentation. No stone will be left unturned in their quest to understand what happened. The goal of the investigation is not to assign blame, but to understand what happened and to learn from this tragedy. The findings of the investigation will be used to improve aviation safety and prevent similar accidents from happening in the future. This is a responsibility that the investigators take very seriously. They understand that their work will not only bring closure to the families of the victims but will also help to protect future generations of air travelers. The crash of Jeju Air Flight 2216 is a tragedy that has shaken the nation. It is a reminder of the fragility of life and the inherent risks of air travel, but it is also a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, the dedication of first responders and investigators, and the unwavering commitment to aviation safety. As the investigation continues, the nation mourns, the families grieve, and the aviation community strives to learn from this tragedy, to make air travel safer for everyone. Please like, share and subscribe my channel for more informative videos about plane crashed.